The tracker worked.
To break. Hunting him.
Done.
The power.
Not going to make it to Tessin, are we? Borrow her too.
What do you need, kid?
Oh, wait, you can't just leave me here!
Roken needs more time to fix the ship. This will... Oh, Roken, you know this...
No.
Although I know the word of a liar and a fake.
What is it?
I don't know. All I know is she's coming.
At least here we have a chance.
If we stay, Rue, what are you doing?
We both knew the same.
You're welcome.
Leia. Really? You won't always be.
It's not about us, is it? Yourself safe too.
Tracking an escape craft. There's one to wipe out this...
Any Jedi.
It's Lord Vader.
I need you to listen to me.
Wait.
I know.
He's here. Have you come?
I'll do what I must.
Then you have failed.
Really love the boy.
You cannot run what you made.
Gone.
Didn't kill Anakin.
Or you.
In Part
The
6,
tracker works.
Obi-Wan, Leia, and the Rebel path are fugitives at first. Vader is a dramatist, and Obi-Wan plays on that to allow him time to get away. Because he desires the Jedi, Obi-Wan lures him into a battle on a rocky world. The others have more time to flee since the Empire is hitting the Rebel ship very slowly and ineffectively. Reva visits Tatooine in the interim to add Luke to her list of targets for covert retaliation. Owen and Beru are tipped off, allowing them time to be ready while the injured former Inquisitor looks for them. Obi Wan Kenobi Season 1's sixth and final episode opens with Reva traveling to Tatooine in search of Owen, her father. Ben Kenobi and the other survivors are trying their hardest to get away from the Empire now that they are off Jabim. Kenobi understands that Roken's announcement that they would arrive in Tessin once the hyperdrive is fixed is unlikely to come true. Though Roken is aware that there isn't enough time, the Jedi attempts to provide assistance. Apart from that, Kenobi discusses with Leia how the princess and LOLA are calming the passengers' anxiety. Something Ben could utilize on his own. In order to prevent Darth Vader from harming Leia and the others, he informs them of his impending departure. Owen and his nephew Luke return to Tatooine and find a mechanical shop of some kind to obtain components for their speeder. Enter the seller Reva spoke with, and he starts telling him about what happened at the beginning of the episode. After returning home, Owen informs his wife Beru that they must go. Leia rushes off after hearing Ben's announcement since he isn't taking her home. The Jedi Master tries to defuse the situation with his tiny companion after Haja speaks with the young prince. When he is able to, he gives Leia the holster that Tala was using before leaving to go somewhere more private. After Kenobi is able to speak with his master in private, he tells him that everything ends today, whether Vader or he survives. The disobedient leader understands that this is not about the resistance when Roken enters and attempts to convince the Jedi to refrain from acting in this way. Ben receives his final farewell. Ben disengages from the other rebels by boarding an escape vessel. As a result of his tunnel vision for Kenobi, Darth Vader decides to pursue the smaller spacecraft. With the rebel network among their dwindling numbers, the Grand Inquisitor recommends against doing this. After he stated he needed the droid to keep himself from being terrified, Lola was hidden in Leia's robe as Kenobi landed on an abandoned area of a planet. The Jedi smiles as he walks outside to say hello to Darth Vader before their battle starts. When Reva gets to the moisture farm owned by the Skywalkers, she triggers the perimeter alarm, warning Owen and Beru. When Owen uses his blaster to divert her attention, Reva examines the premises. Luke's elders are finally eliminated by Reva, who then pursues the small child over the Tatooine sands. After a stunning battle, Darth Vader overcomes his former mentor and buries him behind a mountain of rocks. After losing some of his strength, Kenobi is able to concentrate on the Force to drive the rocks and escape. Viewers mostly watch Darth Vader and Obi Wan Kenobi's last scenes while glimpses of Luke escaping Reva are shown. Before severing Vader's helmet, the Jedi Master is able to gain the upper hand on his former Padawan. Kenobi now has the opportunity to apologize to Anakin for everything. However, his opponent clarifies that Darth Vader, not Kenobi, was the one who killed Anakin. This is precisely the information Obi-Wan needed to hear in order to move on from the terrible loss of his friend and former pupil, but with the added understanding that he was not the cause of Anakin's demise. Luke stumbles and tumbles over a cliff on his way back to Tatooine, landing him in the ideal spot for Reva. She discovers the little child but is unable to hurt him because she saw Darth Vader massacre her fellow younglings during Order 66. Ben Kenobi is relieved when Reva brings little Luke Skywalker back to his uncle and aunt safely. Reva is emotionally divided and upset, fearing she is just as evil as Vader. Ben comforts her. According to Kenobi, she is free from her previous teachings because she decided not to, as a result of these occurrences. In a brief moment, Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader are seen discussing their plans, and the Sith Lord is making sure his student isn't letting his previous life interfere with this one. In a scenario that resembles the princess getting ready in Episode 1, Leia gets dressed, complete with Tala's holster and non-traditional princess attire this time. As her mother enters, she falls head over heels with her daughter's attire. On the landing pad, Leia meets Bail Organa together with her mother. The senator's face beams with happiness as he sees his daughter's attire. In order to guarantee that Leia will be the greatest leader their people could have, the two decide to make positive changes. After Ben Kenobi and Lola leave the ship, Leia and the two of them have a lovely reunion. At last, Ben tells the little princess that her remarkable birth parents are the source of many of her best and most admirable traits. Leia finds comfort in this, but she refuses to allow the new knowledge dim her appreciation for her amazing and very real adoptive parents. Later on Tatooine, Ben approaches Owen's farm and tells Owen that he is certain that Luke is safe with Owen and Beru watching over him. After that, Owen lets Ben see his nephew, and Kenobi greets the crowd with a classic, "Hello there." While returning to his Tatooine home, Kenobi is traveling when he notices a phantom presence. In spite of what really happened on screen, Obi Wan Kenobi, like all Star Wars storylines, is able to leave the audience feeling hopeful. Little Leia has more than demonstrated her abilities. Little Luke is doing okay. He has a striking similarity to Jake Lloyd with his Skywalker gaze down. I'm interested to see where Reva's narrative goes from here, particularly if it gives McGregor and Ingram more time together. Vader, however, can spend some time in the toy box. I must constantly remind myself that he is a terrifying force and not just a relic from the past after this conclusion.
Well, ready to see.